In the shadows I reign, power in my grasp. Chains of betrayal grip tight in this nightmare's clasp. Hear the whispers of death, their siren call near. Feel the weight of the crown in this kingdom of fear. Oppression rise high beneath the blood-red moon. Tread lightly in the dark, or you'll meet your doom. No mercy shown here, just the echoes of woe. In a world wrapped in silence where only shadows grow. Bow down, feel the dread, beneath my iron throne. In this game of death, your soul turned to stone. Betray's cold grip flows like a stream. In this realm of nightmares, where nothing's as it seems. Crimson rivers flowing past the bones of the slain. Trust is a phantom in the depth of my reign. Goes where the guise of friends only to stab in the light. Every bond a treachery, every vow a blight. Powers a hostage, twisting fate in its clutch. Once a leader, now upon it. All feels too much, but I rise from the ashes. Pain is my dark heart. In the shadows I'm forged with betrayal at heart. I'll feel the dread beneath my iron throne. In this game of death, your soul turn to stone. Betray's cold grip flows like a stream. In this realm of nightmares, where nothing's as it seems. Oh, the night it whispers, how its cruel embrace. Betrayal's dark laughter in this unending chase. Bow down, feel the dread beneath my iron throne. In this game of death, your soul turn to stone. Betray's cold grip, it flows like a stream. In this realm of nightmares, where nothing's as it seems.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to my live stream. I'm Overlord Sorcerer Dan, and tonight we're going to be doing seasons 4, episodes 1, 2, and 3. And please welcome to the stage the one, the only Resolute Germ.
Hello.
Let's give you a little round of applause.
Thank you.
How's that ego doing for you now? Nice boosted up for you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, hopefully you don't get too big for the antibiotics to get you.
Those antibiotics gave up a long time ago.
All right. And before we officially start, if any of you want to watch along with us, there's a Cosby link in the YouTube chat if you want to watch along with us. And if any of you have a few cents or dollars to spare, you can go check out my Patreon page. My membership starts as low as $3 a membership per tier, at least. If any of you have a few dollars or a few cents to spare, go ahead and visit that page. Beyond that, let's go ahead and start with the stream with us. Overlord Season 4, Episode 1 and 3, 2, 1.
Oh, someone's having a moment with herself.
She's having way too much fun.
Oh, yeah. Bone Daddy's going to have to watch out for her. That's never a great idea.
It's a little too big for him.
Okay. No, it needs to be a little bit oversized and gaudy. He's a god after all. People should notice that.
I do have to say, do all the regulations and laws have to be that damn thick, or can they be smaller in those binders?
Well, if you want more binders, yeah, they could be as thin as you want.
I mean, don't don't bloat it with all bullshit. Just give me the simple, straight to the point, please. How very Chinese of them, because the Chinese leaders believe that their laws do not apply to them as well.
Well, they are the law incarnate.
Oh, Albedo is right to a point, but then everyone should learn the basics of reading and writing. But then again, high schools and public schools are way over bloated. Because the English courses I took in high school, I forgot most of them because I really did not give a damn.
Yeah, but a little bit smarter pig could be a little bit more useful.
The infant cannot say a damn thing to you guys, though.
Yeah, she's barely keeping it together. To think one of those is actually her sister.
Does Sombrero even know the meaning of anonymous?
Probably not.
Oh, good. The fetish twins are here, huh?
That's going to be too much for Yeah, Pero made it uncomfortable for them.
Give her a nice rub down, Ainz. I'm sure she'll love that.
Yes, it is. That's why you shouldn't indulge the psychopath.
And to him, Ainz made a boo boo. No. I like the overgrown hamster. He's probably your type of guy, given your political leanings, Germ.
No, he's a little bit too left wing for me. And more importantly, he hasn't been able to count the gold.
Well, I'm just correct.
Yeah. All gods see their creations as their children. It's just simpler that way.
That man is trying so hard to do our job, huh?
Yeah. Well, yeah, the guild's basically dead.
So basically, the Avengers were eventually a police force.
So he needs plausible deniability.
Well, that's how governments usually do. They're the political maneuvering or military operations, just like how Russia did it with Ukraine. And with that, my veto probably got tagged.
Probably. He's a good salesman.
And our salesmen kind of like leaders too. He's quoting the Bible right there.
He knows how to butter her up.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes season 4, episode 1. And you know what, Germ? I may ask this because I don't mind mild spoilers since you read the light novels as well. For what you know or you remember from the light novels, does the guild eventually become a lot more popular in the light novels? Like, does the guild get bigger and better eventually, or does it stay roughly the same size?
It is implied, yes, but it's not really focused on. The stuff that happens in this season is usually foreshadowed by, oh, the adventurers went there and they did scouting missions.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on to season 4, episode 2, in 3, 2, 1. That's a little loud. And sorry for one resolute germ right here.
And all of them bow down and worship you.
He's very what's that word? Utilitarian in his race view.
Yeah, everyone is hopeless little maggots compared to him.
Let's go ahead and listen to this intro just this one time. See what we all think of it.
I think it is one of the better of the 4.
Yes, it is, especially with a few fan-made versions on YouTube that does it just as better, if not better. This trailer gives spoilers for the whole season, but then trailers usually do. They give you previews.
Yeah. The one thing it doesn't do is give you spoilers for the Holy Kingdom movie.
Oh, how charming of you, Evil Eye. Well, you're a bitch too right now, Evil Eye, then. Maybe Evil Eye is on her period. That's why she's in such a bitchy mood.
I don't think the dead have that.
It was a joke. Because I know she's undead. Yeah, but whose future for the kingdom? Yours or Ainz's? Wow, Eli said a piece of real dialogue right there. Well, that plus she works for the Sorcerer Kingdom, so she wants to gather intel on her. The princess is enjoying this way too much. Right. She'll say, "Oh yeah, I pretend I did not hear that," but then she'll report it directly to Ainz or Demiurge for intelligence. Well, she admits it. And like the default for first princess prince right there. Well, that is true. But when you're fighting for survival, you either submit or die in that situation. So the most powerful human in the Resti's kingdom right there.
Probably the most powerful human in the world. Not quite a high bar.
I'm amazed that most of these humans that are high rank or teachers, they underestimate Ainz a hell of a lot, and that's a bad idea to do.
Well, it's bound to happen. He's the strongest thing to hit that world in 600 years.
So Brain does see the threat as a threat.
Of course.
To Ainz, those are weak summons, but to the humans of that kingdom, they're overpowered as hell.
They could probably take down the entire city by themselves.
Cameron, that's actually a nice name.
Yeah.
And now we get to meet the biggest idiot in the kingdom right here.
Yeah.
Or is there a bigger
That's what
idiot than
happens when a
him?
third son inherits everything.
Oh, please, if you're the new standard of goodbye, then their kingdom is dead on arrival.
That is the point.
Well, he has a point right there sometimes. This may seem like a rhetorical question, but does this father know how dumb his third son is?
Probably, but all the other sons are dead, so he's out of options.
He can always create another one.
No, that'd take too long.
I know this is mainly exposition, but the idiot makes some good valid points here, though.
Well, on the surface, yes, but if you think about it a little bit deeper, it's basically enslaving yourself to the Sorcerer Kingdom.
Don't worry, everyone whores each other up to a certain point. How ignorant he is.
Yep. Father obviously knows who she is.
It's just by the look on his face, yes. Because they know on who the big power player is.
Hard to greet someone when they're hanging up upstairs and not mingling. Yeah, just have to lead them on that little bit.
And I'm surprised how much restraint Alberto shows right here, depending how much she despises humans.
Yeah. But she has a job to do. She's a professional. She'll kill him later. Always scheming something.
Lovely face.
I think I'll better like her.
Well, of course, the princess is just as twisted as she is.
Yeah, they share the same
And that,
sickness.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the second episode of the fourth season of Overlord. And we're going to move on to episode 3 if my co-host Rosalie Germer's up for it.
Go for it.
All right, Overlord season 4, episode 3 begins in 3, 2, 1. I think Ainz is
I would
overcompensating for something.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can do it, I would suggest we do the fourth episode tonight too. It
All right.
ends a little bit more spaced out since we're doing the movie in 2 weeks.
Ainz is always being the very concerned father, huh?
Yep. He's a very attentive god.
Would you kiss her on those lips or on the cheek like Ainz just did?
Depending if I was Ainz or not. If you're not Ainz, you go in for the kiss, you're not coming back.
She's acting like a spoiled child.
Well, essentially, that's what they all are.
The slaying theocracy is probably the only major threat to the Sorcerer Kingdom, but that's not saying much.
Yeah.
Exactly. You were slightly off, Germ.
I guess there was something pop up after the 13 Heroes.
It's amazing how all these are speculating, but we already know that that's true.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot to connect all the dots. So, not great detective work.
And yet, that's correct.
That would be pretty hard to do.
Yes, it's the one of the same. That Holy Leader is actually about the dragon and meat. That's scarily. That's very scarily accurate.
Yep.
Oh look, soon the Emperor will end up like you, Germ, nice and shiny, with some nice floor wax or polish to polish your nice shiny head. That's not saying much since they're worthless. Well, the Emperor understands the weight of leadership.
His poor hairline.
Don't worry, pretty soon he'll ask you, can I borrow your floor polish or your floor wax?
Oh no, bowling ball wax.
Yeah, then just let them borrow your nice floor polisher too to go nice and shiny.
I used the Homer Simpson version, Shino Ballo.
Yeah, because that voice, no thank you. Well, I don't know. Tell me, does that voice actor have a nice voice to try to sing? Or do you think if he tries to sing, it'll be grating?
Well, I'm glad we didn't have to find out. Smart guys, avoid politics.
I'll just come out and say it. Were politics always this toxic, or did it just become this after decades of polarization and made them so damn toxic and so damn divisive to talk about in with family or in public or with your fellow community members?
Politics were toxic from the minute it was invented.
I can just imagine how this is how the meeting between rhinos and dinos go right here. If you know what that means.
Oh, yeah. Too bad, Emperor. There goes all your plans.
How convenient, huh?
Yeah, almost like Ainz knows what he's doing.
Emperor Zignif, you're overthinking everything. The perfect excuse, huh?
Yeah.
I will say this. Whether the Sorcerer King intended it or not, this destroyed the Grand Alliance the Emperor was hoping for. Always the advisor, huh?
Yeah. Too bad he's not going to find any.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes Overlord Season 4, Episode 3. And by Germ's request, we're going to move on to Episode 4. But first, I gotta go take care of some business. So Germ will be in charge of the panel. Hopefully, he doesn't get me in trouble for too long.
Oh no, I'll keep the whole burn it all down and conquer the world stuff to a minimum. But we will be going to episode 4 to complete the little mini arc, and we'll have one more little mini arc next week to get us to episode 7. Then after episode 7, that next week we'll be watching Overlord: The Sacred Kingdom, the movie that came out just over a year ago. It was quite a good movie. But let's see, 2 weeks for that. Another 3 weeks for that. So probably into May, we'll be done with Overlord. If you have any suggestions for what we'll be watching next, feel free to leave it in the comments. And if you're a fan of American animation, tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., Saturday morning cartoons on Resolute Germ channel, we'll be watching Star Trek, the animated series. The one from the 70s, not the crap that came out a few years ago. But yeah, these anime are quite good. We do have some other things possibly lined up, but if you have anything you would like to watch in the future, please leave a suggestion in the comments, and I believe Dan will run a poll before we choose the other one. And that's I think about all. We'll just wait for Dan to come back. I was not prepared for him to walk away. I have something I have to take care of. Okay. But overall, I think this far into Overlord, quite well. Like how it's developing. Need to see some more of the old world players, though, but I know those are coming up. And hopefully the next season comes out soon enough so there's not that big of a gap. Yeah, there's no official release date for season 5 as of now. And the light novel series is nearly at its conclusion. I believe there's enough for one more season, if that. Would have thought Dan would have been back by now. If you're interested in the light novel, there are 16 volumes published right now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. Heck, if anyone's listening, me and Germ can just do the whole season tonight, but I think Germ will hate me for that since he has to go to bed after this episode.
Yeah, I would like to have some time to rest before I have to start my own show in 10 hours.
All right, and we're gonna begin Overlord Season 4, Episode 4 in 3, 2, 1. And his idea will have unintended consequences.
Yeah, very, very nice consequences for him. He is one lucky bastard.
That's what happens when you're extremely paranoid and extremely lucky, it seems.
Yeah.
When you always roll 10s and your opponents roll 5 and below in their moves.
Hell, he ain't just rolling 10s. This guy's rolling that 20 every time. Not when he's offering them so much.
You may hate this, Germ, but sometimes it's good to have some pushback. That way you're not in a constant echo chamber.
Yeah, that does help sometimes.
Because here's the idea: if the echo chamber you're in can't come up with any better ideas than you, and yet you still having problems, what's the alternative? Ask the opposition for an idea.
Well, it's not the worst idea. Yeah, he has a day to kill anyway.
How convenient. Well, Einstein have a point.
Yeah, there's a sucker born every minute. He'll never decipher that without that eyeglass.
And look, it's a member of your fellow community of shiny heads right here.
Hey, bald is superior.
Yeah, because you don't have to deal with any pesky bugs in your hair called lice.
And I save a lot of money on conditioner.
Yeah, for you it's polish now instead of conditioner. Polish and shaving cream it's your main concern now, Germ.
Yeah.
How often do you shave that shiny head of yours? Once a week?
Oh no, this thing requires polishing every day, at the least. Got to keep that shine every morning.
And your fiance must love it, huh?
Oh yeah.
That's a bullshit lie. But it does take
Yeah.
time for it to recharge. Nice hands, huh? Well, the Rabbit Man is at least as honest.
I don't think luck has anything to do with it. Yeah, smart. Wow, the Emperor's really getting into that fight.
Yeah, Ainz is.
Yeah, Heinz too, but the Emperor, he is really excited.
Well, can you blame them?
He should be careful. Heinz is going to take that personal. Yep.
You're naive, Ainz. You're an undead overlord. Humans don't really like undead. Nice hit. Tell me, what level do you think the Wolf Troll is at?
I'd say a good 35, 36.
Good speech.
Patronizing. That's actually the best move he can make.
Emperor, you're overthinking everything. No, Emperor, you're not the unluckiest one. You're one of the luckiest ones and the smartest ones around to actually know your limits, and that is actually a good thing.
Yeah. He's
And that,
way ahead of those idiots in the kingdom.
and that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes our watch party with Overlord Season 4, Episode 4. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed it. And if you did not give your own promotion while I was away, you want to go ahead and give it again, or you want me to give my own promotion?
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons, 8 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be watching Star Trek, the animated series.
Alrighty, and to all my viewers and chatters that are watching, I'm Overlord Sorcerer Dan. On this channel, I cover different Japanese anime or TV shows in the anime variety. And currently, we're doing the Overlord watch parties. I do that on Fridays at 8 p.m. Pacific time, usually after Gorilla Censored Thoughts Walton streams. And currently, we're doing Overlord Season 4, and we may be concluding the series in the next 2 or 3 weeks, depending on how many episodes we do. And I do have a primary channel called Sci-Fi Sit Down. On that one, I cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies. I do my Dark Matter 2015 TV show watch parties on Wednesdays at 5:30 Pacific time. Usually, my co-host is available to join me with that, and it's nice to have someone to join me on that panel. And I did my my live streams on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time on Saturdays. And I try to upload a new video on my primary channel towards the end of the previous week, at the beginning of the next week. And beyond that, everyone. Oh, yeah, and I do crash race with my fellow community members like Resolute Germ and Gorilla Censored Thoughts if they will allow it. They usually do. They're nice guys about that. Beyond that, to everyone that's watching, keep your sword sharpened and your spells primed. Until next time, everyone, have a good day, night, wherever you are, and good night.